So now, Heat 4 for DD2, Groups B versus D. Race 13 of the meeting here at Karting Genk. Let's have a look at the starting grid. So, it's Finland versus France on the front row, courtesy of Ville Villelainen and Paolo Bessoncenet from France. Mick Knowlton and Ragnar Verus round out the top two rows, representing the Netherlands and Estonia. Matthias Lund from Denmark and Germany's Dennis Thiem round out the top three rows. Martin van Leuven from the Netherlands and Hannes Morin from Sweden on row 4. Valter Svidris from Latvia and Germany's Robert Schorpian rounding out the top 10 positions. Hannes Border from Germany and Great Britain's Henry Ayres rounding out the top 12 rows. Had a quick chat with the Brit earlier on. Well, when I was waiting in line for my PCR test swab to be taken here at the circuit. And he said, well, he's hoping to do as much as he can here in Europe, obviously dependent on his budgetary restrictions as such, but he's looking forward. He said it's very different going from 177 Rotax, which is a heavier direct drive class in the United Kingdom, and he said completely different aspect altogether. Amérique Gerhard, Tim Mikemetz representing France and Germany on row 7. Lucas Horstmann and Maxime Derich from Germany and Belgium ran at the top 8 rows, with Luc Schiepers from the Netherlands and Mark Bartels making it an all-Kart Republic chassis, row number 9. 18 drivers, 10 minutes on the clock set in stone, and we'll count down the minute we go lights out once again. So at the moment, things are looking pretty interesting all up and down the field. And one of the biggest things that I always say whenever we get to racing, irrespective of the weather that is flung in our general direction, and my goodness, has that been the case, as I said earlier. We've had winter, summer, well, spring, stroke summer, and we've got sort of pretty much autumnal weather right now here at Genk. But the drivers have been fired up. From the minute they started free practice here on Wednesday, the commitment, the conviction of them saying, yep, I'm a race driver. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go out there and win. So, 18 drivers, 10 minutes plus an additional lap. Red lights on the starting gantry. And again, right, we now have a bit of a dogfight on our hands. Finland versus France on the front row. Into the tram lines we go. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights out, we're off and racing. Good start from Villelainen. Paolo Bessoncenet left a little bit in the doldrums there, but he's still in second position. Mick Knowlton already up past Ragnar Verus into third place and trying to go for second. But now, as someone's drifting very, very wide, and I think that is Bessoncenet leading. So the Frenchman up in the, and that's Hannes Border that's just had a bit of a cropper going through the exit of turn 3 and into 4. Hannes Morin trying to fight his way into the top 6. Well, as these drivers swarming all over each other, Bessoncenet leads. And that looks to be possibly Martin van Leuven from Schiepers Racing in the Kart Republic chassis. You can just see as another move happening, one of which is probably Ragnar Verus. He's been hung out to dry as the Estonian, as someone hits a big old wet patch on the outside of turn 8. You can see that some of these drivers really trying to do their level best to move up the order. So now, oh, Mick Knowlton shut the door well and truly. And that was on, more than likely, Matthias Lund from Denmark, as Hannes Morin goes side by side with Martin van Leuven, the Dutchman trying to get up the inside of the Swede through into turns 1 and 2. Knowlton drifts wide, drops down to 4th position. So we've had a time penalty issued. Hannes Morin, oh, now he's got a slap on the wrist. 3-second time penalty for exiting the tram lines with 2 wheels on the start. Oh, naughty, very, very naughty. Sorry, I'll stop with the puns there, shall I? But it shows the caliber of driver. It doesn't matter who you are. You make that mistake, race control will pounce on it, and they have done so. But the top 5 split last time by covered by 3 seconds, as there goes Van Leuven round the outside coming out of the exit of turn 8 on all people Hannes Morin. Van Leeuwen, earlier on, has been absolutely epic in the wet. But now you can see what is happening, because leading this field, Besançonnet from France, continuing to capitalise and keep a hold on proceedings. So, Besançonnet crosses the line, completes lap 2. Second, it's Villelainen. Third, it's Matthias Lund. Fourth, it's Mick Knowlton. Fifth, it's Van Leeuwen. Then it's Morin. Seventh, it's Ragnar Virus. Amerik Gerhardt, who started down in 13th. The Frenchman now up into P8. As there was a move that was from Matthias Lund. He's got past Villelainen, and the Dane now takes second position. And now Villelainen will have... Oh, you know what I said about a certain rivalry? We could see that re-emerge here, because Mick Knowlton has got Martin van Leeuwen between him and Hannes Morin, but that has now changed. Great move there by Mick Knowlton, anticipating a little bit of a drift wide. Coming through turn 8 by Villelainen. Van Leeuwen now latches on to the back of the Mick Knowlton train and looks to capitalise on the Finn. And Van Leeuwen goes wide. That's going to open the door big time for Hannes Morin if he can hook up the back end of that cart. But the Swede unable to capitalise, but Van Leeuwen looking to go after Villelainen, going through into turn 12. Van Leeuwen drifts wide. Morin could get good traction, but Van Leeuwen absolutely hooking things up, and he's looking at that move. Could he go for it? He is going for it. He's not just gone up the inside of Villelainen, he's also done it on Mick Knowlton. Wow! 2 positions gained in 1 corner, and Hannes Morin's going around the outside. And he tangled wheels with Villelainen. Oh my goodness me. Wow. The hits keep on coming in DD2, and with overtakes like that, that is a sign of things to come. And now, all I'm going to say, ding ding, seconds out, round 2. It's Knowlton versus Morin, the return. But then Van Leeuwen again just keeps on bringing his own sort of style to this party. And what he's done is, again, he's now shown that to Mick Knowlton and Hannes Morin, saying, you want to fight? Come on, just bring it. The gloves are off. So the rivalry returns here at the opening round of the season in 2021. Oh, that was a great... to be honest with you, they're great people. Lovely people. Wouldn't hurt a fly. But you get them on a racetrack, completely different change of character. You know what they say? Always watch out for the quiet ones. But it's always good. It's always good to talk to these people and get to know them. And I'm really, really pleased to have Hannes Morin back with us. A real pleasure. And now, Mick Knowlton is going to say, oh, not him again. This is going to be like a running joke the whole weekend. You know, when you see Knowlton and Morin again at loggerheads. But you know what? Both of them have grown in maturity and also in racecraft over the past couple of seasons. Knowlton made the jump to DD2 in 2020. And now this is his 2nd season in the class. Hannes Morin, 2nd ever time behind the wheel of a DD2 kart, as I mentioned earlier. And this is the battle for P4. But Besançonnet has scarpered up the road from Matthias Lund. So Villelainen down in 6th position, having started on pole. And Besançonnet definitely shows that you can have a bit of an advantage. And if you can make that initial strategic call that sets up your race nicely, Besançonnet has done that. 3 minutes, 50 seconds, plus 1 lap. As there is a move, that was Ragnar Virus being passed by Luke Scheepers in the 437. Chopin still rounding out the top 10, so good consistency for the German, running with Karchmi this week. And he also was with us, he was also here at the circuit for the B&L Karting Series opening round last week. Henry Ayres trying to do his level best. The Brit is currently, I'm just going to have a look, he is down in 15th position. Obviously a DNF in the first heat for him, but the Brit, based out of Leigh-on-Sea, just outside of Southend, in the southern part of Essex, doing his level best. And as I mentioned earlier, when I talked about the grid, you know, he said it's completely different. Completely different. because with the DD2s, you have a different hydraulic application reference to brakes. And he said, I've got the hang of gear shifting now. That's a good starting point, you know, knowing when that kart needs to go up a gear or down a gear. But Besançonnet is leading quite comfortably. The gap was just under 3.1 seconds last time. This time around, 3.1 again. Besançonnet has got the fastest lap, and in the last two laps, he's done a 1 minute 13.3. 1 minute 13.3 flat 2 laps ago, and this time 1 minute 13.358 for the 405 representing France. Now, in the meantime, Van Leuven has not gotten away from Mick Knowlton. Hannes Morin doing his level best, and also getting up close and personal to Mick Knowlton for the first time properly in a racing situation. If memory serves me correctly, I can't remember from Portimao the international trophy last year, but Hannes has got a bit more of a handle now that he did the international trophy. He was doing that in preparation for running the Project E20 at the Grand Finals that were due to take place in Portimao before they got cancelled in January. So we look towards the further back part of the field. So you've got the likes of Hannes Border in there, Tim Mikametz, Mark Bartels, Maxime Dehiche, Lucas Horstmann. So quite a few drivers trying to do their best and keep going. Just over 60 seconds on the clock remain in this race. And Besançonnet now has a comfortable 3.3 second lead. He's now going down the back straight away. So is Matthias Lund from Denmark. Van Leuven still leads Knowlton, Morin and Villiainen. Aymeric Gerhardt has had a good turnaround this time. The French driver from RM Concept in the 480. Up to 7th from 13th position at the start phase. As Henry Ayres trying to close in on Germany's Mark Bartels. That's for 14th on the road. So 30 seconds on the clock remain. So Besançonnet will head onto the penultimate lap. So lap 9 out of 10. So, timer has run out. Next time around, it will be the final lap of this race and also the second phase of the heats for DD2. And after this, we'll go to DD2 Masters action for their second out of 3 heats. And it has been plain sailing at the front of the field for one particular driver who's scarpered away whilst the rest of them were battling amongst themselves like children battling over the final swing in the playground. So things have sort of died down a little bit at the top part of the grid, maybe say the top 6. Then you look a little bit further back, there's still some battles being had as Henry Ayres looking to try and close up on Mark Bartels from Germany. It looks like the Brit from KR Sport is trying to do his best to get on terms with the German. So last lap for Besançonnet. Lund in second. Third, it's Martin Van Leuven, Mick Knowlton, Hannes Morin, Villiainen. There is the leader. Coming through turn 4 and into 5 for the final time. And this will help his ranking in the intermediate classification no end. Hard on the brakes, into the right-hander at turn 7 off of the Europolán. So been pretty straightforward for Besançonnet. 3 more corners to go, including this one. Into the right-hander at 10. Neatly, modulates the throttle, allows the kart to bite with the tyres. Tyres and tarmac in harmony on that particular occasion. And through turn 12, it's the victory for France's Paolo Bessoncenet. The 4:05 crosses the line. Matthias Lund from RS Competition takes second. Good drive again from Martin van Leuven. 4 places gained from 7th to 3rd. Mick Knowlton in 4th. Hannes Morin in 5th place. Ville Villainen started on pole, finished down in 6th position. But Bessoncenet takes the spoils of battle here at karting Genk, winning by nearly 5.3 seconds. Matthias Lund started 5th, finished 2nd. Martin van Leuven 3rd. Mick Knowlton, Hannes Morin, Ville Villainen. Oh, now obviously we do have to remember about the fact that Hannes Morin had a time penalty that will drop him to 6th behind Ville Villainen. So Villainen, I think, gets a little bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card, courtesy of the slight slip-up there from Hannes Morin. Aymeric Guérin, Luc Schiepers, Ragnar Virus, Walter Sideris, Timmy Kometz, Mark Bartels, Robert Chopian, Dennis Thiem, Henry Ayres, Hannes Border, Maxime de Riche, and Lucas Horstmann round out the 18 that finished the full race distance.